Hi, Rody. Thanks for tuning in. This is the post-race press conference from Anaheim 1, season opener, 250 division. Christian Craig, Seth Hamaker, Hunter Lawrence, 1, 2, 3 on the podium. I'll kick it off with a question to you, Christian. We talked earlier in the week and yesterday about how important this race was, just to kick things off and start strong, but for more important reasons, just being a 3-year-old kid and being here all those years and never winning the opening round. So now that it's settled in, the emotions are, we're past that stage. What's it feel like now that you've been with the family and been able to process everything?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Last time we were here, I was laying on the ground with Dylan. So to back it up, come back and get a win with the fans back, it's been awesome. It was a perfect day for me. Every practice, heat race, and the main. The only thing I didn't execute was my start, but we'll work on that. I think my riding's good. I'm strong. I'm fit, so I'm ready to contend for this title and bring it down to the end.
Congratulations. We'll start with Jason Wygant.
Yes, thanks, Jason Wygant, Racer X. Seth Hamaker, explain that last lap, and then after you crossed the finish line, it looked like you were in some sort of pain. Were you just tired, or what happened there at the final corner and then after the finish?
Yeah, so the final corner, Hunter came in, and I kind of got a little cross-hearted coming up that 3 before the finish, and I didn't even mean to jump the triple, and I over jumped it and kind of went nose first into the landing of the triple, and then I hit my chest on the crossbar and knocked the wind out of myself. So I was trying to get my breath back, but yeah, that was a gnarly finish, but glad I was able to hang on to it.
David Iser.
Thanks, Daniel. David Iser, Game Access Radio. Christian, it's been a long journey for you, and the championship is a process, obviously. What did you learn about yourself and the process last year that's going to help you get a bit closer this year and close it out?
Well, I think just riding smarter. I had that red plate last year, but I've never had it before. So I think I was riding over my head quite a bit, made some mistakes, and then obviously I got hurt with 2 rounds left. So just be smarter, be more controlled, and work on my weaknesses. I think that's the biggest thing. And I feel like I'm plenty fast, and it's going to be a battle to the end. I don't think this is going to be easy championship at all, but I expect to be up front and battle every weekend.
What about your personal adversities? What you learn about yourself during that process?
Well, I would say last year when I won the opener, that was a lot more emotional. That was just so much weight lifted off. And so this one, as much as special as it was for the opener and the fans back, I wasn't as emotional as last year. So I still got to soak it in, and it's a bucket list for me growing up here and coming to this race every year. It's cool to check this one off the list, and man, it's a dream come true for sure. And we'll try to keep it going.
All right. Thank you.
Michael Antonovich.
Well, thanks, Daniel. This one is for Hunter Lawrence. Hunter, you were a little bit buried in the pack at the start of that 250 main event and the chaos that unfolded. What is it like to sit through that, kind of plot for those 15 minutes and a lap to see where you're going to end up, and then have things come together in those last 3 laps the way they did?
Yeah, my start was pretty bad. The gate flinched a bunch of times, and 7 guys hit the gate. So I thought it was going to be a restart because it didn't drop when it first moved. And then it didn't. So I thought, all right, well, let's go race. And yeah, it wasn't easy, but just pretty much just keep passing guys until there's none, in front of you, which the case was 3rd tonight. So it's okay.
With the night that we had, with just so many guys having crashes, just the chaos of the LCQs where factory guys aren't even making it in the 450 class, does that weigh on your mind at all while you're racing, or is it just once the gate drops, it's just time to send it?
I don't think it's send it in a way. It's, you go out and do the best of your ability, but try and ride within your limits if you can. Obviously, you have to go above sometimes, but it's never good to see guys get hurt, but I'm just focused on myself.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Alex Gobert.
Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, Alex Gobert, motoronline.com. This one's for Christian. Tell us about those early laps, working yourself into the lead and, having to pass Vince and looked like you used your experience on when to make a move and that sort of thing. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, like Hunter said, the gate flinched, and I had Joe next to me, and he hit the gate, and I almost hit it. So just missed that. So I didn't have the best to start. Made my way through the pack pretty quick, and man, my first couple laps, I hit a couple of hay bales in the whoops. There was a 3, I went too far, hit a hay bale, and after that, I really had to step back and focus on myself. So after that, I battled with Seth a little bit, made the pass, and just tried to ride my race. It's like you can only push so hard on that track. It was biting a lot of people. Unfortunately, my teammate had a big crash in his heat race, and it sucks to see that. But especially when I was on the line, I had to watch that. It's tough, but yeah, just the track was tricky. Whoops were tricky, but I think that was my strong point. Is I was blitzing him all night, and we came away with the win.
Awesome. Congrats. Really good to see.
Thanks.
Nick, Moto Limited.
Thanks, Daniel. And Nick Still, Moto Limited show. This will be for Christian. Christian, in the last year, you've moved over to the East Coast, so the dirt's a little bit different there now, training at the Star Farm. Coming back to the West Coast tonight, the track seemed to deteriorate a little bit more, seemed to be a little bit, softer. Is that something that's helped you a lot more since moving back, from the East Coast?
Yeah, I'd say moving to Florida, this helped me a lot with the track like this tonight, with it breaking down, getting rutted and G'd out. So it's similar to our Florida tracks, where it has a little bit of a hard base, but also gets rutted. So a few years ago, if I just rode Corona or test tracks, I'd probably be lost out there. So to have that in my back pocket and feel comfortable in those conditions, I think that's a key.
Unbelievable night, mate. Congratulations. Thanks, Daniel.
Thanks.
Kellen Brower.
Yeah, thanks, Kellen Brower here with RacerX. This one's also for Christian. Obviously, as you put it, you basically had a perfect day. Did you almost surprise yourself a little bit in kind of how fluid and smooth everything went throughout the day? It didn't seem like you really even put a foot wrong all day long.
Well, the crazy thing, not crazy, but it's just such an unknown with round one. Like you think you're ready, but until that qualifying session, you don't know where you stand. Someone can always come up and surprise you. So to have those fast laps and put those lap times down, I think, all right, that gave me confidence for the rest of the night. But it's a 250 class is wild, anything can happen. So but yeah, to have one of those days, it's special. They don't come very often, so you try to soak it all in.
Great, thank you.
Jonathan McCreary.
Jonathan McCready, GitRip.com. Question for Hunter. Hunter, you were the sort of lead Lawrence in GPs, but whenever you all came to America, Jet has kind of taken over that with you getting injuries. I feel like you've been a wee bit undervalued, maybe. I know you had a good solid season last year, second and third in the championship, but I feel you have more potential, maybe more potential than others realize, maybe fans and stuff, because they haven't seen you at your full health. Do you feel with a ride like tonight, coming through the pack, that you're now approaching your full potential and America will start to see a full potential Hunter Lawrence?
Yeah, for sure. It was only third tonight, so nothing to jump up and down about, but no, I feel good, and there's a lot of rounds to come. So we'll just keep doing my thing and working hard week in, week out, and yeah, we'll see how we go. And it doesn't really bother me if people think Jet's better or whatever. I think Jet sucks. So yeah.
You think we can go one press conference without mentioning Jet? Nah, I'm fine. We're buddies, but just
Thank you.
Trent, Moto Limited.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. I'll go to Seth. Seth, you look like in the whoops they were starting to get cupped out and you were having some big moments. Did you ever think about switching to the jump line? Because there were some points where I think we've seen your number plate more than once.
Yeah, it was a couple sketchy rides to the whoops at the end there, but I tried to jump line early and I just couldn't get a good rhythm down in the whoops jumping them. So I just kind of stuck to skimming them. Christian passed me early while I was trying to jump in the first set after the finish. And I was just like, in the beginning of the race, I was skimming them fairly well for the most part, and then had a few bad runs to the whoops. But yeah, a couple things to clean up, to work on. But other than that, just kind of work on what we can this week and come back stronger in that area next weekend and for the future rounds.
Awesome job. Thanks, mate.
Thanks. Michael Lindsay, Vital MX.
My question is for Christian Craig. Christian, you've been in this class many years now. You've been to many A1s. I heard you mention on the podium, just looking up at the stands, how long you've been thinking about this, how long you've been dreaming about this. Really, just simply put it, is this the start of the season? Is this the start of the season you've always dreamed of? And what do you think it's going to take that momentum from here and carry it through the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned earlier, it's a bucket list. It's something I've dreamed of for a long time growing up around here. So yeah, I've said it a couple of times now, but it's special. It's something I've wanted to check off for a while. And I've had some decent rides in Anaheim's, but I've had some very bad ones too. So to finally stand on that top step is special to me. And yeah, I won the opener last year and held it for a few rounds, but this is different. I know what it's going to take. I watched my teammate do it last year, so I know what I need to work on and be consistent. So yeah, I said this before, but it's going to be a fight to the end.
Final question for the 250s, Justin Schuler.
Thanks. Yeah, Justin Schuler, Kicking the Tires. This question is going to be for Hunter. We heard earlier from the perspective of Seth on that last lap. I wish we could have had Garrett here because this would have been epic to have the three of you talk about it, because that was a wild last lap. But let's hear your perspective, because coming to 2 to go, you were 3.5 seconds back. So not only did you close that gap and steal a podium spot, but you knocked Garrett off as well and had that tight fight with Seth coming to that finish jump. So just walk us through that last lap.
Yeah, it was kind of a Hail Mary last lap, to be honest. I was getting a little sketchy. I landed on a few tough blocks. Yeah, I didn't knock Garrett off. I passed him clean. And yeah, I probably could have dive bombed Seth a little harder, but I thought I was probably crossing the limits. I thought not necessary, but yeah, I just gave it my all. In all honesty, I knew I was closing in and just, really pushed those last laps. I knew I was fitter and stronger. So that's all it was. And I was just going with it. So
when you say Hail Mary was in your mind, did you just tell yourself podium or nothing? Or was it just that you wanted to catch those guys and then see what happens?
They're just right there. It's so close. So why not go for it? It's maybe it's not really rolling the dice because everything we do is a calculated risk, but yeah, it was so close. So it just be like a pussy to just settle for fourth or whatever. So go for it,
Cool, thanks.
All right, thanks, guys. Congratulations. It's a 250 podium.